And yeah, pandas can be, like you said, have consistently been really hard to breed in captivity. And in early days of the program, they often resorted to some pretty draconian methods of artificial gamete collection and sort of not quite factory farming type techniques, because pandas generally had pretty large enclosures, but um, some very forcible, non-natural methods of getting pandas to breed, which attracted controversy at the time. Lately, they have shifted substantially to a release into the wild for breeding and then recapture model, which has apparently been much more successful.
That's so fascinating to me, and I love, basically humans learning from their animal friends how to like, do things. There are some, um I would just say some people in the chat that, I think we already did our caveat in the middle of of this discussion, but there are people in the chat that are kind of raising some basically things that have been well covered in the media, just negative things that are going on in China. And just a reminder to the people listening and tuning in, both Sam and I, like, we read and all kinds of news, and we digest it, and we're not ignorant to any of that. But we're here to talk about the stuff that's undercovered that you don't hear about as often. And you should absolutely read everything that's going on, and have a comprehensive view of China. We're just trying to highlight in this conversation the more positive, the very positive things that are going on environmentally.
Yeah, I absolutely condemn the horrible dictatorial stuff the Chinese Communist Party does, of which it does a lot. Guys bringing up like the Jimmy Lai affair, and other guys bringing up that huge dam project in Tibet for which Tibetans weren't consulted. Yeah, that they did bad stuff. Like I totally don't agree with that. I'm not trying to be a Chinese propagandist. I'm trying to point out that they're building a lot of really impressive stuff that is kind of at the leading edge of what humanity's building right now in a lot of categories. And it's important to sort of not go, well, because they do bad stuff over here, we can ignore the good stuff they're doing over there, or even worse, think, well, it must not be good after all if they're the ones doing it. Um, but like, um, but uh, but like, uh, like you said, the world is a very, very big place, and it has lots of good and lots of evil at the same time. And by population, China's 1/7 of the world, and it has lots of good and lots of evil and lots of evil at the same time. And someone just put in the chat, one comes with the other, and no, it really doesn't. Like, we absolutely could have had this level of technology in America if we'd had slightly more functional politics in the last 3 decades. A lot of countries across Europe, Latin America, are functioning democracies. One might argue better, one might argue more functioning than the US at this time, that are building out tons and tons of clean energy on the Chinese model. This is absolutely something America could have had. And I personally think a couple tweaks to permitting review and science and research funding, and not having a political party completely under the thumb of fossil fuels, a couple like contingent, relatively small changes to the American political system, this could have been us 40 years ago. Like I think that this is not some outgrowth of the political system. I just think that they were the ones who were in sort of the manufacturing sort of development track at the right time, and didn't have access to domestic fossil fuels, which was huge. They don't want to rely on imports, and they were the ones who seized this opportunity. But this opportunity was lying on the table. Like, all of this amazing, like, clean energy technology and stuff. Anyone can do this. That's what I'm trying to say here.